Exoprimal is very weird, but it has a lot of potential. The idea of mechs versus dinosaurs is hilarious and one of the most video gamey things I've seen in a long time. Like, for example, when someone in a TV show or something is playing a video game and like they show what video game they're playing, this looks like the game they would be playing. And that's just funny to me. Because who thinks of a concept for a game? Oh, let's put mechs versus dinosaurs. It's just so out there. But I love it because it's just that ridiculous and the gameplay is pretty fun. The gameplay plays like your traditional third-person shooter, but it's got like your abilities and whatnot for whatever mech suit you pick. But the overall gameplay loop, for multiplayer at least, for the mode that they let us play in, it's always constantly swapping objectives each match. So, for example, a match it would go like you get 5 objectives before the final objective. Each team has to complete these objectives to get to the final one where they finally face off. And for the face off, they either are transporting this cube or picking up these data logs or whatever. And whatever team gets the most data logs wins, or whatever team push makes the cube go to the objective wins. Simple stuff. But the third party is the dinosaurs. So while you guys are fighting to complete that final objective, the dinosaurs are attacking both of you, which is really cool. But to build up to that final objective, each team does the same objective at the same time, but they're racing to do it faster, because whoever completes it faster gets a little head start at the final objective. So it's good incentive to actually speed up and work as a team, because the better you work as a team, the faster you'll clear each objective. But let's say the enemy team gets further than you and reaches the final objective, and you've still got 3 more objectives to go. The game will transport you to the final objective after a certain point in time, but the enemy team will have a head start on you. So you won't be getting absolutely destroyed. There's always a fighting chance, and I like that, because you could still win the final objective and then win the game, which is really cool. I like that idea. I like it a lot, because no one's gonna waste their time if they're getting like steamrolled. They'll just quit out the match, and then the team is left with one less person, and it's filled by a bot or whatever, which sucks. I feel like it's balanced really well. Like, there's always a chance, but it's not like, oh, there's no threat at all. I like the different objectives a lot. It keeps the gameplay loop fresh on each match, because you won't be getting the same. You will get some same objectives, but the middle objectives will always be different for the most part between matches, which I like. But if I had to pick one objective that I played in the beta that I really liked, it was probably the final the big survival objective, where a whole bunch of raptors and dinosaurs are just pouring in from one spot, and you and your team have to hold out and kill as many as possible to move on to the next objective. That one is my favorite because of how chaotic and intense it is. Everyone's doing their best to hold out together, all shooting at the dinosaurs, deploying their abilities, doing their ultimates. It's so chaotic, and I love it. That's my favorite objective in the game. It was the most enjoyment I had. Despite all the chaos, the game looks pretty good, and it runs impressively. Like, RE Engine is a very impressive engine. I'm surprised it's able to render that many enemies on the map at once. It's just really impressive. And Capcom knows what they're doing with this engine, because it seems like this engine's mad flexible. It's Capcom's main thing. They've been using it for every game they've made for the past 4 or 5 years, I'm pretty sure. And I don't blame them. This is a very flexible engine. I hope to see more of it in the future and see what more they can do with it. Some hopes I have for this game is for them to add more modes when it's released. So you can get more than just a competitive objective mode. Get a survival horde mode type thing. Or the objective thing but flush them out into their separate modes. So the competitive multiplayer, like where you're racing to complete each objective, is like a taste test for each type of mode that's in the game. That's actually a really cool idea. So players can decide which modes are their favorites and then, play those ones. But an issue I do have with this game, and yes, I know I have issues with it even though it's not out yet, is the fact that it's full price. I think personally the game should have been free to play. Simply because of the battle pass that they're going to be having with this game. It's going to be a live service game. I personally feel as though the game shouldn't be full price if you're going to have people pay for like all the extra cosmetics in it. And I'm not talking just like DLC cosmetics. I mean like battle pass type cosmetics. Like that should only belong in a free to play game, not a game you're paying full price for. That is one thing I really don't like in this live service era of games. And I think we're leaving the live service era of games because a lot of the live service games have been dying, which I personally think is a good thing. But other than that, I'm kind of looking forward to the game. I don't think I'm going to get it on release. I don't know how somehow this thing's going to have a story mode. Like, I'm interested in that, but I don't really play competitive shooters like that, so I'm not picking this up for full price. I'll probably grab it when it's like on a sale or something as a free, or not as a free, but as like a good like turn your brain off game with some friends. You don't have to take it too seriously. But other than that, that's all I can really think of for this game. I just wanted to get my overall thoughts out on it and on the beta. It's fun, it's weird, but it's got a lot of potential. But with all that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Make sure to like and subscribe for more. Leave a comment if you want to have a discussion. And I'll see you guys in the next one.